Merry Christmas, everyone, and welcome back to a Walk Through the Word with Pastor Mike and sharing some Christmas scripture and thoughts. And I want to hitchhike off of one of the last segments that I posted. And we were talking about from John 3:16, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life." And we focused on that phrase, he gave his only begotten Son. And I want to hitchhike off of that thought just a little bit further from what we did in, I think, maybe the last segment that we were in. And, we were talking about measuring the love of God. And the way you measure the love of God is, of course, by Calvary. And, we can never know the costliness of God's love, what Calvary cost God, and we can never really fully appreciate the measure behind that love that was behind the cross of Calvary. And it's like we sing a worship song now, and we've even incorporated into some Christmas songs along with it. Here I am to worship. And there's a little bridge in there that says, "I'll never know how much it cost to see my sin upon that cross." I'll never know how much it cost God to see my sin upon that cross. It was a great cost and great expense to God. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. And so when we think along those lines, God loved so unutterably. Again, as Paul says, thanks be unto God for his unspeakable gift. And language indeed, and we alluded to that in one of the last segments, language breaks down. There aren't enough human words to adequately, even to begin to adequately describe the love of God. And so it does break down. So we're lost in wonder and love and praise and adoration for the Lord, for his unspeakable love. And in our thinking of it, we one thing we can never do, we can never isolate Bethlehem from Golgotha. Someone said one time, and I think there was a portrait painted conveying this idea that in Bethlehem's manger probably loomed the shadow of a cross over that manger. Whether it was literally or not, it certainly was figuratively. And so we must never isolate Bethlehem from Golgotha. The bread of life, born in Bethlehem, which Bethlehem, the word means house of bread, the bread of life, born out of the house of bread. And so we can't separate those two. We can't separate the cradle from the cross. And apart from the incarnation, I want to quote again something from J. Sidlow Baxter here. He said, "Apart from the incarnation, there never could have been the atonement. And apart from the atonement, there never would have been the incarnation. And apart from the infinite love of God, there neither could nor would have been either." Isn't that something? So powerful. And so the greatest thing that we know about the Creator is just this: God so loved that he gave his only begotten Son. Think about that this Christmas. Merry Christmas to you all, and to all a good day, a good evening, or good night, wherever you may be and whatever time you may be seeing and listening to this. Merry Christmas to all.